In the heart of the Saudi desert, life thrives. Amidst the dunes and the secrets of nature, the Imam Abdul'Aziz bin Muhammad Royal Reserve stands as one of the rarest environmental treasures in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This documentary takes you on a journey deep into the reserve, revealing conservation's efforts, showcasing scenes of biodiversity, and sharing untold stories.
We're in a unique environment in the heart of Saudi Arabia. This is the Imam Abdul'Aziz bin Muhammad Royal Reserve. It's a nature reserve to the northeast of Riyadh, and it was established in 2018. Now, this reserve is huge. It's 11,300 square kilometers, and it's overseen by a development authority called IADA. Today, we're going to explore some of the work the team have been doing to restore this natural environment.
Royal reserves are a holistic approach. So I'll put the three pillars in front of me, which is nature conservation, community engagement, and ecotourism. These three pillars constituting almost everything around the people.
So we're in this beautiful surrounding.
Yes, yeah.
You're overseeing two royal reserves. Your job must be very demanding. What's the thing that motivates you the most about what you're doing?
It's first the purpose. We are working for the nature itself, and it's really a purpose that anyone will be highly motivated to it. At the same time, it's the enthusiasm and the same feeling of our team members to the nature itself for the purpose. The second thing, it is really also a national mission. We were chartered by our leadership to take care of it. They have an ambitious plan to retain the nature to its original status. They have a plan in Vision 2030 to improve the quality of life, to support the combating climate change, to have the Arabian Peninsula coming back to its natural status. Even, when we return back and talk in our poetry and literature,
yeah,
we see and we visualize how our ancestors, they were living, aligning with the nature. They were talking about in our old literature about the lion, about different type of predators, which means there are preys, which means if there are a lot of grass-eating animals, that means the vegetation was much more, the green coverage was higher.
So the landscape here, I see, has been changed a little bit.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing on this site.
So this site is where we've done the raking experiment, or the topsoil tilling experiment. And this was one of the locations where the land was really deteriorated, and we decided to try this experiment here. So what it was is that it had this hard topsoil layer due to the unregulated activities that has been going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And what we tried here is just to scrape this topsoil layer so that whenever it rains, the water can seep into the soil, and it can be, we can see more plants coming out.
So it could seep into the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this has been, this started in 2024.
Okay.
And when it rains, you actually see the plants coming out. We've seen a lot of animals and perennials coming out ever since.
Did someone plant this here?
No.
They would have put seeds, or it just naturally
No, it naturally grew.
Is it because some of the seeds, they blow in the wind and then they'll come and
The
land
seeds
here?
are already here.
So they're already under the soil?
Yes.
Ah.
But because it was very hard top layer,
Nothing was able to
to penetrate this layer and grow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
أقيمت عدة مشاريع في الهيئة، من ضمنها مشروع غيلانة الذي نحن نتواجد فيه. تم إعادة إدخال في هذا المشروع النباتات المحلية الأصيلة، أكثر من 350 ألف شتلة تنوعت ما بين شتلات الأشجار.
We are doing also an NDVI. The NDVI is a kind of analysis to the satellite images to see how much of the concentration of chlorophyll which is the green moisture in the plants. We are seeing an increase on the amount of greenery all over the reserve.
So your team is working on cleaning up this environment. Can you tell me a bit about the activities that you've been working on and some of the results?
Well, our champions work to maintain the cleanness of the reserve, collecting the waste from also the reserve. These waste actually having a very bad impact on the environment, on the wildlife, on the plants. So our duty to rehabilitate the environment.
So it's great to see electric vehicles being used in the reserve. Tell me a bit more about these ones.
Well, this is electrical motorcycle. We use it to collect the waste. This is a part of our strategy to minimize the pollution of the vehicles and the equipment we use in the reserve itself.
Excellent. Yeah, really happy to see this. So the area behind us is very green, we can see, and it's actually just started to rain a bit.
Yes.
So this is a rainwater catchment project.
Exactly.
Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Yes, this is a catchment protection project. It's aligned with Imam Abdul'Aziz bin Muhammad Royal Reserve Development Authority's effort to preserve and develop the vegetation cover. Yes, and this project is around 15 catchment area as a phases. Phase 1, we protect 6 catchment area, which is المسعودي، القطا، كسر مزيرع هير، وثيلان، القرعة، عندهم مثلة.
And they're all throughout the reserve.
Yes, and King Khalid Royal Reserve and Imam Abdul'Aziz bin Muhammad Royal Reserve. For the total area, the catchment area cover 33 kilometers square.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. And what about these blocks? So
Yes,
these
this
have been
blocks,
installed
it's a limestone to protect the vegetation cover here from the damage caused by the vehicle movement, overgrazing, and this thing.
Okay, so mainly to stop the vehicles from going through.
Exactly.
But I guess the animals can still walk through this
yes.
opening.
But here we cannot do the overgrazing here. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So no vehicle movement here.
Yes. Okay.
We have 10 tanks water. The plants in tanks 20,000 plants in same irrigation.
In Imam Abdul'Aziz, we have Road Takhrim. Road Takhrim, it was mentioned on the old poetry, which is they call it Dat Real. Dat Real means it is the area of baby ostrich.
Okay.
Well, for us, since we born, we never knew there is an ostrich in Najd area or even in Road Takhrim. However, our ancestors and in poetry, they are highlighting it like that.
Releasing animals in the reserve. We've released over 6 species of from different gazelles, birds, some lizards, and so far we have over 300 species released.
Wow.
Yeah, individuals.
Okay.
We also monitor these individuals once we release them through our camera traps, our GPS collars, and also through our field teams, the field guys that actually are conducting the monitoring. We've seen so many great results. The natural reproduction of these species in the reserve. We have many videos of these little oryxes and the reem gazelles and the idmi gazelles. They're all in the reserve. We've also been able to track where they go in the different seasons, and where do they like to stay and all the throughout the year, and it helps us in improving our management and restoration projects as well.
Brilliant. Yeah.
The oryx have the capability to detect the water from a long distance in the desert. Also, these are the harsh animals. Harsh animals means that they are indigenous to this environment, so they don't need a lot of water. But sometimes in the extreme summer, the temperature reaches up to 48 and 50 degrees centigrade. So for that purpose, we make these water stations to make the water available to them in the harsh weather.
So we're in the IADA operations room here, and we've got a series of dashboards behind us. Can you tell me what some of these dashboards are showing us?
طيب بالنسبة لي هناك هذيك مسارات عبور الإبل. هذه المسارات المسموح للإبل العبور عن طريقها، واللي يتجاوز أو يطلع من هذا المسار يكون مخالف للنظام. بالنسبه لهذه الشاشه هذه اطواق التتبع حقت الحيوانات. لو تركز انه في اكثر من لون واكثر من رقم، لكن هذه الارقام هي عباره عن تحركها من مكان الى مكان.
We have first here the environmental violations and the numbers of camel that cross from border to border.
From one side of the reserve to the other, right?
Yes, and the camel numbers on the field, and last we have the environmental cases.
Is this the total number of camels in the whole reserve?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. Over 31,000.
Yeah. Here we have, as you can see, different colors. In the reserve we have 3 zones. This one, for example, is most highly restricted, and after that we came to this light red, less protected, and last we have the green. That means that's more or less.
And why is this zone more protected?
Here we have rodent crane. If you heard about
More
it.
sensitive
Yes,
wildlife
more
there.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Yes, and as you can see, we have the routes. This environmental protection routes. The patrol daily cover maybe 18 routes, around 18 routes.
Okay,
yes.
every day you have
Yes.
patrols going out of
Yes.
rangers looking at those routes.
With an average around 2,120 kilometers.
Wow, that's a lot.
A day.
Yeah. We're now going to have a chat with someone who's considered a bit of a rock star in the Saudi sustainability world, Mishael Al-Sha'alan. She's a board member of IADA and she's a co-founder of Aeon Collective, which is a Saudi non-profit dedicated to sustainable development and repairing the planet. Let's go inside. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Charles. Good to see you.
So my first question for you is what's changed in recent years in Saudi? And many people internationally won't be particularly familiar with Saudi's nature reserves, especially the reserves that have launched in the last few years. So how do you usually explain to people what's been changing in the country, and particularly why nature conservation has become a national priority?
Well, first of all, thank you for the question. I think there's this tidbit that a lot of colleagues and friends, when they come into Saudi, always say to me, and it does not go unnoticed, is that a lot of people come to Saudi to recharge themselves and feel a bit of the energy of the change that's happening here. So in essence, it's not just a bit of a shift with Vision 2030, it's a quiet transformation of systems that we're undergoing in the kingdom. And in a big part, the role of the Royal Reserves, the Royal Reserve Council, is quite big and large in how we're translating what used to be sometimes more of a traditional way of approaching things to something that's pretty much fit for not only the 21st century, but the challenges that are really inherent to the 21st century within the Arabian Peninsula. I think the mindset that Saudi Arabia is going through is that of opportunity versus a hyperfixation on challenges. And it's about creating a dynamic workforce that will help us achieve those goals and targets, not in an arbitrary way, but in a way that's deeply rooted in who we are as a people, who we are as a culture, almost stepping up where our grandparents left off, not our ancestors, and holding that exercise of sharing the torch, of bringing it to the 21st century and doing it justice beyond that point. Because I think in a lot of ways where there's a lot of lack of clarity of where this vision is heading around the world, Saudi is showing a steady hand and a steady pace with which it's achieving its own goals and targets, and in a way that will serve as a very important pillar upon which the rest of the world could be delivering on its own promises.
How deep does it go?
160 meters.
Oh, quite deep.
Going horizontally like this.
And you have to crouch down quite low when you get in there, right?
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit about how this sinkhole would have been formed.
These sinkholes and the other sinkholes in the area, all of them is about a hole that's going deep to the ground. They formed by dissolution of the carbonic rocks, by the rainwater and the groundwater.
So it's gradual erosion over time.
Yes,
opened up the hole.
over the time they eroded.
And I imagine when it rains, lots of rain flows down into the sinkhole, is that right?
Yes,
The aquifer.
the
underneath,
aquifer,
right?
yes.
Yeah,
in the
okay.
area.
Yeah, it's an amazing place.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the recent study that was conducted by the Heritage Commission. So what was it about and what did they find?
These sinkholes and the other sinkholes provide the longest climate record of the Arabian Peninsula, and which dates back 8 million years, and showing the evidence of the wet period, indicating that the area was once a green oasis. This area, the Arabian Peninsula, is important because it was a corridor for different kind of animals that's coming from Africa and crossing all this area.
Wow, fantastic. Tell me about some of the biodiversity and why sinkholes are important for biodiversity.
Yeah. Sinkholes are very important for the biodiversity because they provide a habitat for the wildlife, including bats and foxes and wolf and owls and other birds. Also, one of the importance of the sinkholes, they recharge the aquifer in the rainy season, which help us to balance the water resources in the area.
So this is some of the crystal in the rock?
Yeah, it's a calcite. It's made by it's take around more than million years.
Wow.
Wind flow coming from here, and also the water flow
from holes above.
Yeah, because it's all these sinkholes are connected from the bottom, so you will feel how the air flow coming from different area to this area, and it stayed cold for the whole year.
Down here.
Yeah, the temperature it's not changed.
I imagine animals would have slept in here before. Maybe they still do come down sometimes.
We found animal dropping inside the cave, so which prove that the animals coming to hide here. Yeah, from the sun or at night.
Yes.
They sleep here.
But the animal droppings are from recent.
Yeah, it's a fresh dropping. Yeah. For different kind of birds, different kind of animals like fox, wolf. Yeah.
I think it's an old camel bone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
From a camel?
Yeah, it's a camel bone. So all these bones could be like coming to the sinkholes by the rainwater.
Okay.
Take it from the outside and...
Probably it's been washed in here by the water.
Washed here.
What are some of the results that you've noticed?
Okay, amazing, a lot. Although nature is slow in responding, I don't want to exaggerate and say an exponential outcomes, but however, tangible outcomes. The first tangible outcome is I used to travel between Riyadh and Dammam since 2015 by road. A lot of time there is a lot of sand moving. It's almost like sand blasting.
Yeah.
Going on the car. To the level, a lot of people, when they travel between Riyadh and Dammam, they have to cover their cars with a certain type of grease or anything.
So you damage the car.
To reduce the sand blasting effect happening by the sand movement and the wind. This disappeared.
Wow.
Literally, I say it with a lot of confidence, it disappeared since almost 2023. Imam Abdulaziz Reserve constitute almost, it's along this highway. So no more sand movement is happening on the road, and that demonstrates how much protecting the environment and letting the environment getting back to itself and increasing the green coverage help in stabilization. During the dusty time, if you go to the reserves, you might see a dust on the cloud or on the sky. Yeah. But once you receive you reach the reserve, you will see the dust is much less. Number of tourists is reaching almost 500,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and even repeated tourists, it becomes their habits.
Yes.
There are certain activities that we are planning to promote.
To give the license, we choose a different category of people, like tour operator and also the IARDA employee and some of the local community. So after that, we offer for them like a set of a program. When they apply or submit all of the requirements, they will take the license.
The license, brilliant. Yeah.
And actually, IARDA in 2024, they give this a program. They actually training for 70 female and male, and after that the 40 of them, they actually get the license.
Brilliant. So tell me a bit about your work as a ranger in the reserve.
يعمل المراقب البيئي على رصد التعديات والتجاوزات داخل المحمية واتخاذ الإجراء حيالها. كما يعمل المراقب البيئي على حماية المواقع الأثرية الموجودة والمسجلة لدى الهيئة، ويتم تخطيط جولات رقابية بشكل دوري لحماية هذه المواقع. ويعمل المراقب البيئي على إرشاد الزوار داخل المحمية للمناطق المناسبة للتنزه وللمسارات المؤهلة للعبور.
Also, the temperature is getting better. For example, in 2021-2022, the ecotourism season was shorter, almost between December and February. Now, a lot of ecotourism operators, they start in October and they end their season, some of them end of April. One of them is even extending to May, especially in Imam Abdul'Aziz Reserve. So it means the environment is responding, the nature is responding and getting its rehabilitated.
هذه أعداد الجولات الميدانية تسجل بشكل يومي. خلينا نقول إنه كل الفرق الميدانية عندهم 18 مسار في اليوم يتم تغطيتها، وبعد ما يتم تغطيتها يتم التأكد من إنه تم تغطيتها، فإذا احتاجوا بعدين في المستقبل إنه يرجعون لهذه المسارات هل تم تغطيتها أو لا، يتأكدون عن طريق هذا الداشبورد. بالنسبة لهذه الشاشة، هذه تكون الملاحظات البيئية والمخالفات. طبعاً أنت تقدر تشوف أكثر من لون هنا. في اللون الأخضر اللي هو يكون فعالة أو مغلقة هذه الحالة، تم الانتهاء من إغلاق الملاحظات. بالنسبة للون الأحمر هي ما زالت تحت الإجراء. في هنا أيضاً لو تشوف معي في مناطق، هذه تعتبر مناطق الزوار. هنا يتم تكثيف الرقابة البيئية على أنه يتم إحصاء أعداد الزوار للمحمية.
Hiking now become more popular in both of reserves to the level. Last year we graduated 30 tour guides.
Wow.
And also in a special, I will say, content. One specialized in King Khalid Royal Reserve, the other one also for Imam Abdul'Aziz Royal Reserve.
Yeah.
The best thing, we have a number of the tour guides are from the local community.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
And one of them even is a female.
Okay.
Actually,
fantastic.
two of them, are female. They have contracts with the tour operators.
Yeah.
They used to look for a job, and now they are an entrepreneur. Arab people, they know how to demonstrate and how to explain the nature.
Yeah.
They are the son of the nature.
Yeah.
People, they might come and see only a sand, but for Arab people, especially in Saudi Arabia, when the sand for them is not a monotonous shape, it has specific features. If the dune is tipping to a certain direction, they explain into that. If the edge of that dune is little bit different than the other one, and they are using these features that tiny, they have very little differences between them to know their direction, to explain their locations.
Wow.
So here we are trying to, I will say, unpack these features and show how much of geographical information system implanted of our ancestors when they are doing their daily lives and navigating within this desert environment.
بديت مع الدورة الحمد لله استفدت منها استفادة جيدة.
This is very special here. So you're making honey. Can you tell me a bit about the work that your family's been doing?
Yeah, so our land here has always been a source of good. The Imam Abdul'Aziz Reserve gave people chances to grow, and one of them was my father. He never thought he would become a beekeeper. He started training and learning and from the reserve, and he got his license, and now he learned everything from basics to selling, and now honey is our income and bees are our partners. And he started his own business, and people ask for his honey by name.
Brilliant. So that honey's in very high demand. Lots of people are asking for it. How many bees are in each of these boxes?
Probably between 50 to 100.
In each one?
Yeah.
Wow. And how long does it take to make the honey? How often can you make a jar of honey, or how often do you have?
Yeah, probably a week or so. Yeah.
How often do you guys come out here and work with the beehives?
Yeah. My father, he comes every day, but
every day.
Yeah, I come like every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Young people, they are on the urban environment, so they don't know about the desert, though the desert is the one who shaped us.
Yeah.
So now we are really getting all this information and all this data and knowledge and return it back to our young people. In December 24 and January 25, we had a program. We targeted the school students, which is the intermediate and high school students. The program, we take them for 2 days in the desert. And the moment they arrive, we remove their mobile phones.
Very good.
So
Very
that's
good
the
idea.
first thing. They will live for 2 days as their grandfathers used to live.
Yes.
They establish their tent, then they sit down, they prepare their breakfast, they do the coffee, even they grind their wheat.
Wow.
And because there is a stone grinder, our grandmothers used to grind the wheat with it. And also they move from location to location on the camels. That experience is intended to have them living as their grandfathers, at the same time show them how they can survive and how this land and this desert has a lot of features. They are not seeing it from far away, and they are not associating with it. Now it become part of their passions.
Yeah.
A lot of those young boys, they registered and they want to come back.
Wow.
I believe this program will be expanded, and I like this program because it's really a bridge between old generation who established this land since long time and sacrifices a lot, and the new generation who are now taking care of the artificial intelligence and IT.
I think this is a story that resonates worldwide. Internationally, so many people are disconnected from nature. Most of us don't know where our food comes from. We don't spend enough time in the outdoors. So being able to bring people to a reserve like this, reconnect them with their heritage, how their ancestors used to live, and learn a bit about how nature works and how to survive is really, really important.
Absolutely.
In a lot of ways, our relationship with this ecosystem was not one of solely symbiosis, but it was about pure survival. So if my whole reliance, for example, with the question of Hima as protected areas, really relied on me having a deep understanding of the minute nuances of how after rainfall small shrubs grow, from said shrubs my camel used to herd, and from said camel I used to get the milk that was really vital for the survival of my population. That was not just an overfishing at a specific point in time, but it was at the exact right point in time with the right volume of population. So that balance, let's say, between the two was a very important building block upon which we really survived on this Arabian Peninsula.
Our focus, yes, is the nature. However, the people is the instigating factor, is also the goal, at the same time is the mean to ensure sustainability of nature conservation. One of the major components of protection is the loyalty and belonging. So if a person, a human being feel they belong to the land, they protect it.
Yes.
And when they learn about it, sometimes, yes, they like it, but they didn't know about it. So they didn't know how to behave and how to deal with it. So now we are teaching them how they are doing it. We are increasing their knowledge, at the same time their skills. When they grow up, We don't need to tell them, do this or do that. They are the one who's going to take care of it.
Yes. So, Mariam, you're from the local community here within the reserve, and congratulations on these pieces of art that you've done. Can you tell me a bit about the background behind each of these pieces?
نعم، من المجتمع المحلي رسمت عدة لوحات لمحاكاة الحيوانات البيئية على عدة لوحات من الألوان الزيتية. طبعاً رسمت هذه بالقهوة، وهي يعني من الحيوانات البيئية اللي هي غزال الريم، ورسمت المها، ورسمت على السجاد طبعاً بالألوان الزيتية واللي هي الفرس واللي موجودة معروضة عندك. وطبعاً المحمية وفرت لي جميع المشاركات في منتجاتي في تعزيز وإثبات التراث والفن من خلال الرسم.
This is a traditional weaving technique, right? And I believe that you've been taught some of these techniques by IARDA, by the Reserve Authority.
Yeah, this is a traditional thing. We learned from grandmothers, but I saw my grandmother make it, but I learned it from the IARDA.
Brilliant, yeah.
They make a good program.
Can you tell me a bit more about the technique of how it's done and how it works?
We have 8 techniques, 4 of them simple, 4 of them like difficult things. Yeah. This is the difficult one. I can write names with this one.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I draw anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to make something like one of these?
If a small one like this one, maybe take 2 days.
And you're working throughout the whole day making that?
Not that.
Not too much?
Yeah,
okay.
Not too much.
And then what type of things are these used for? Just decorative items, or are there practical uses as well?
Anything. I can make it anything with it. Bags, card holders. The old one, make tents with it.
Wow, okay. So the Bedouin tents are made with this technique, with the Sadu weaving. So this process, this one makes it into a thin kind of thread. Yeah. Wow. And you saw your grandma do this?
Yeah.
What did she make?
She makes, for camel things.
Items for camels to use?
Yeah.
What type of thing? Like the rope?
Yeah, the rope. The thing with to put things on the camel, like bag.
Yes, okay, to store things in the camel. I think that's the saddle.
Yeah. We called it shmala.
Shmala. I'm curious where you see things going and what your hopes are for the future. So, taking the nature reserves in Saudi, what do you imagine they'll look like in, say, 2050?
So what I would really love to see is not only a revitalized, rewilded ecosystem, but one that is resilient to the shifting ecosystems and systems in which it exists. I would love to see it in a way that's additive to the people that are around them and not extractive, so not in the sense of a no-take zone, but in the sense of community-managed spaces. I would love to see people within our own generation not only remember us for being their ancestors per se, but to see a much longer way of living that has existed within this Arabian Peninsula as a point of pride.
تغديت وخلصت بالعافية. شو سفرتك معك؟
So, Nasser, you've been helping young people understand the importance of protecting the environment. How have you been doing that?
حنا هنا موجودين عشان نحافظ على البيئة ونحمي الأشجار ونحمي الحيوانات من المخلفات اللي تربيها الناس، ونحاول نعلمهم يبعدون مخلفاتهم، لأن فيه حاويات موجودة مخصصة للنفايات وإنهم ما يرمونها على الأشجار أو للحيوانات.
Amid the stillness of the sands and the heartbeat of life, the Imam Abdul'Aziz bin Muhammad Royal Reserve stands as a testament of the unique balance between humans and nature. Here, we do not only preserve the environment, but also shape a better future. Every creature that returns to its habitat and every tree that's planted represents a step towards sustainable and conscious tomorrow, as this place is not just a reserve, rather it's a trust.